The genre of my music would be melodic hard rock. I have 4 projects. I have my solo music, which is Phil Vincent, and over the years I've found out that if you put half-naked women on the covers, it sells a lot better. So I don't care what it takes for people to buy the CD, as long as they listen to it and say, hey, this is pretty good. I'm glad I picked it up. The band that laid the groundwork for me would be the Beatles, the way they recorded. They weren't a band that toured. They never really did concerts. They just stayed in the studio and made music, and that's basically the path I want to follow. I try to create music as much as possible. I try to write a song a week. I have to create something or I'm dead inside. It's music's in your soul. It's not something that you have to do. It's something that you want to do. And I try to do 1 song a week, and I'm down here all the time, and I just like to keep everything moving forward. My family has been very supportive over the years, because this is a strain financially initially when you start it, because you're trying to get noticed, you're trying to expose your music, and nobody's heard of you and nobody notices you, so you have to really spend a lot of time and money to get yourself noticed. And if you don't have a support system at home, it's not going to work. So luckily my wife, very supportive, my son, very supportive, and he tries to turn his friends on to my music, which is good.
I think it's cool how during the day he has his full-time job working with the state, and then at home he actually gets to do what he really loves, and that's creating music. And not only has that been an inspiration to him, but that's also been an inspiration to me as well.
I knew him when he first started playing music up in his attic with his little cassette tapes and his instruments, and I knew back then he had talent and that he could make something of it if he wanted to. It was always a hobby for him.
Touring is a way to promote your music, but it's not the way I want to do it. Like I said earlier about the Beatles, they never toured. I'm not comparing myself to the Beatles, but that's the model that I want to use. They just created great music. They were only around for 6 years, the Beatles, and that amazes me that they did so much music in 6 years. But that's because all they did was write music. They didn't take 300 days a year to go promote it by touring. They created it and let the public consume it, and that's what I want to do. Creating music is a part of me. Like I said, it's going to take probably death to stop me from doing this. Hopefully my son will carry on. But that's another thing about music. It lives on way past, way beyond the people that created it. And that's a special thing. It's got no life expectancy. It goes on and on and on. So I'm going to leave behind a lot of memories and a lot of music. So that's what I plan to do.